Welcome back to the Canon. This is my non-spoiler review for Spider-Man Homecoming. So yes, Spider-Man Homecoming, just saw it. Packed house, guys. At this point, you know, everybody's coming to these movies. Little kids, older people, middle-aged, teenagers. Everybody, white, black, brown, purple, green. These things sell out, especially when it's Spider-Man. But the crowd was packed, like I said. Had a real good time. Really enjoyed this movie. It was real community type movie where everybody kind of laughed at the same time and, you know, got shocked at the same time. All that good stuff. So I would definitely say go out this opening weekend if you can go see it. It's definitely a movie you probably will want to see more than once if you can. So if you could wait, fine. But I would say within the first week, go see the movie. So to the actual movie, non-spoilers. So much to talk about. That spoiler side, but I'll probably release another video for that, so check that out when it drops. On the non-spoiler side, I will just say, man, this movie's great. As far as what makes it so great, it's the comedy. With these superhero movies, we see different things. We see war movie, spy thriller movie with Captain America. We've seen a comedy with Deadpool. We've seen different things within the superhero genre. This is a straight comedy, high school comedy. And I think what makes the movie so good is that it's not just, you know, fart jokes, poop jokes. It's not just, you know, a few he, ha, ha. It's really top level comedy throughout the movie. So for me, I feel like, you know, comedies, it's hard to tell if they'll age well, because you don't know until you see it again. Like, okay, do I die laughing at that joke? Do I smirk at it? Or do I know it's coming and I'm like, whatever? So when you know a joke is coming and you still crack up laughing, that's the test and the true sign of a great comedy. So we gotta wait and see. But for right now, I say it's top shelf comedy, is aware of itself. A lot like Deadpool. I'm calling this the high school version of Deadpool, because it makes fun of itself without breaking the fourth wall. But, for example, Aunt May is really sexy. Marissa Tomei is sexy. And so they know people are thinking that, so they really play towards that in the movie and make jokes about it. Anything that a high school kid would think about being a hero, or his friends who know he's a hero would think about, they talk about it and they make fun of it. So it's really aware of itself. And that makes some natural comedic moments. As far as, you know, my negatives, I would really say these are more nitpicks, but the cast is so great that it's hard to give everybody screen time when it's a Spider-Man movie. So you got Hannibal Buress, Donald Glover, Logan Marshall Green, the guy that plays Shocker, I forgot his name. But a lot of people that are really good actors and actresses that don't get as much time and as much of a role as you would like. But that happens with a big cast and a small or focused movie, I should say. So that was kind of unfortunate. I thought they could have did more with Donald Glover and Hannibal Buress, but the parts they do have are pretty funny. Also, the story itself is a little all over the place. Like, I mean, they spend a lot of time in high school and it gets slow at points between the action, and I feel like the journey Peter Parker takes is a little all over the place. It doesn't really come together for me. Like, the concept is fine as a foundational, small level movie as far as compared to the Avengers, but the execution of that story doesn't work for me as a hero. And I feel like, you know, that there was better ways to show Peter Parker becoming a hero and finding out who he is as Spider-Man. And so, yeah. Now, a big part that I really like was Michael Keaton as Vulture. I don't feel like his role was big enough for him to steal the show, but he captures all your attention when he's on the screen. So I will give him that. And there's some twists and turns in the movie that are pretty fun for the audience that you'll probably like. So, I mean, overall, I was shocked at how well Sony and Marvel put this together. I was scared that Marvel would put one foot in the pool and not really give them the best stuff. But you see it in the trailers. They have Star Wars references, which of course is owned by Disney now. And of course, there's a lot of Avengers references and Iron Man. So they really go all in and they put their best effort forward as far as Marvel doing their part. But you can tell there's a lot of things in there that Sony does that Marvel wouldn't do. So I think getting the best from both worlds actually ended up working really, really well. So I actually am happy to see that marriage produced a product that was so good, even though I know it was a lot of compromise. And I'm trying to think. I mean, yeah, overall, I think it's hard to say without spoiling things. There's some things missing in this movie, but overall, it's very enjoyable. This is probably the most lovable Peter Parker we got. I think the best actor was Tobey Maguire, but Tom Holland is definitely the most lovable Peter Parker in Spider-Man. And the friends around him make it so much cooler. Yeah, I do like it. I do really like it. So as far as the grade, I'm going to give it an 87 out of 100. 87%. Not an A level for me. There are some things that are missing, but extremely enjoyable, extremely rewatchable, I think. Extremely funny. And this, you know, it sucks to think of it this way, but as a trilogy, as a franchise, this movie might depend on what they do with the next movies. If they really take it to the next step, then this movie will be validated because they kind of stay low level. And so if they take all these characters to the next step, then this movie, you know, it's like, okay, you served your purpose. But if they never pay off what we saw in this movie, then I will say, you know, this movie was lacking something. So it's a little weird with franchises, but that's kind of how it goes. So I'm excited for the future of Spider-Man to see what they bring in and what they don't bring in. So anyway, so what do you think about Spider-Man? When are you going to see it? Are you excited about it? Go to the comment section. Let me know. Thumbs up, subscribe. At the Canon Vlog at the Canon Vlog at gmail.com is where you can send questions, comments, whatever you want to tell me. And yeah, if you heard it, it's official Canon.